guys, welcome back to this channel. Hope you're having a good time. Today we have an important grammar lesson. We will talk about gerunds today. Hope this video will help you. Let's look at a small paragraph at first. I am running to school in the pouring rain on Saturday. But then when I start racing out the door, I begin coughing and laughing at the same time. Seeing that I was going to be late, I slowed down and decided walking was easier. So can we spot the words that have a similar ending in this paragraph? The words pouring, racing, coughing, laughing, seeing, and walking all ended with ing. Adding ing to the ending of a verb in the English language changes both the meaning and the function of the verb. In some cases, it causes the verb to act as a noun or adjective, whereas in others, it changes the tense of the verb. When the verb functions as a noun, it generally takes on the ing form, becoming a gerund. Take the word singing. Singing is the present participle form of the verb to sing. When used with is or are, it becomes a verb in the present continuous tense. She was singing for joy this morning. In the sentence of verb, singing is a present participle form and it's acting as a verb. But we can use this word in another way. Singing is fun. Singing looks just like it did before, but in this sentence, the word singing is not acting as a verb. It's acting like a noun. In fact, singing is the subject of this sentence. It still looks like a present participle, but in this sentence, it is filling in for a noun. Let's look at the uses of gerunds. Gerunds has different uses. It may be the subject, direct object, subject complements, or objects of prepositions in the sentences. Making friends has become more difficult as I moved to a new school. Gardening is one of my favorite hobbies. Eating after midnight is a bad habit. Here, eating after midnight is a gerund phrase. Well, in the sentences, the gerunds are used as a subject. Just like nouns and noun phrases, gerund and gerund phrases can be used as objects in sentences or clauses. She has mastered coding. He enjoys cooking. And a gerund phrase as an object would be, the kid likes jumping on the trampoline. Gerunds can be used as an object of a preposition as well as a complement. So as an object of preposition, we can say, holidays are perfect for visiting families. So here we have the preposition for, and visiting is the gerund. Again, as a complement, her main interest in life is dancing. Let's see the difference between gerund and participle phrase. Gerund and participle phrases both have the same spelling and sometimes it gets hard to identify them. Such as both the gerund and the participle of go is going, still they have a huge difference between them. Gerunds serve as nouns in the sentence whereas the participles do not. Participles denote an ongoing action, and unlike a gerund, a present participle can act like an adjective that modifies a noun or follows the be verb. To review, gerunds are used as nouns while present participles are used in the verb tenses or the participle phrases are used as adjectives. So we just have to remember, gerunds are the words that are formed from verbs and used as nouns always ending in ing. Participles are words created from the verbs that can be used as an adjective or in adverbial phrase, also ending in ing unless expressing past tense. And another thing is infinitives. Well, infinitives are verbs that take the simple tense and follow the preposition to. An infinitive is a base form of the verb that functions as a noun, adjective, or an adverb. It is difficult to know whether to use a gerund or an infinitive after a verb. Here's an example. Let's see which sentence is correct. I suggested going to dinner. And sentence 2, I suggested going to dinner. Well, here, sentence 1 with the gerund is correct. I suggested going to dinner. Why? Because you can only use a gerund after the verb suggest. We will soon upload a lesson on gerunds versus infinitives, but right now let's take the word like. You can say I like running or I like to run. Both sentences have the same meaning. Normally when you are talking about an activity, we usually use a gerund. For example, I stopped smoking. The gerund is commonly used after quite a few different verbs in English. If you want to follow a verb with another action, you must use a gerund or infinitive. For example, I miss talking with my friends. Here the verb miss is one of those few different verbs where after which we always have to use a gerund, and after that we have avoid. I avoid eating too many sweets. I have put all the verbs in the description box, and what we can do is only to memorize them. So those were the basics of gerunds, and that was all for today. I really hope you liked this video. So there are going to be more lessons covering the gerunds and of course the differences between gerunds and participles and infinitives. If this helped you, make sure you press that like button and subscribe for sure. Check out some other grammar lessons and also vocabulary lessons. Stay safe, see you again after some weeks.